the texture pack I played with so that I would have something for you to look at while we talked over its GlacticCraft, and I will leave a link in the description. It's also highlighted at the top of this screen capture. I couldn't play with the mobs on and Bandicam running. It takes too much bandwidth or something, and I froze up so badly that a zombie just about handed me my hat. So I've taken some screen caps off of the web. That's a testificate. Anyway, so I recorded our little noob craft with Lovecraft because it's just fun and interesting, but I don't think my little laptop can handle it, especially not while running Bandicam. It's a shame, even with things sitting still and so on. And I used Optifine, and I reduced this and that, and tweaked this and that, and tried to optimize everything I could, and, you know, get the right frame rates, and fastest blah blah blah, and it still, my poor little laptop was so hot and tired when we got done. And, you know, one zombie on easy, dressed in iron, an entire iron suit, should not have done that to me. That's my original first wooden pickaxe. I always save it as a memento of my humble beginnings. Just wanted you to see what it looked like. That's cobblestone, that white stuff. This is pretty interesting. I would really like to steal that pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern set because I really hate the faces on the pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern. And this is so nice. Watch what happens when I break stone. Look at the crack marks in the stone. As soon as I find my pick. Look at the tools, too, by the way. Ah! See that? Cat face. You'll also see that particles are cat faces, even torch smoke, and I think maybe even Enderman sparkles. I'm not sure. Okay, so we are at 200 subscribers, and I've only been online just under a month. Part of that, of course, is thanks to Paul Soros Jr. He's been very respectful toward me, and I appreciate it. And he steered most of you my way. I haven't done any promotion on the channel except putting up my videos. And of course, I can't afford any professional equipment. And I'm not marketed. I don't have a producer, a manager, anything like that. I'm just a private citizen who wanted to put together videos for people with disabilities who want to play Minecraft. I think Minecraft can be an extremely therapeutic game if a person tailors it to what they need to do. In my own case, having post-traumatic stress disorder and having lived through very serious trauma, life-threatening trauma, and still, because I'm living in poverty and isolation, not really living someplace where I'm safe and secure, the game has been very useful to me in retraining my brain with its chemical responses to panic and fear. I'm not saying I'm perfect or 100%, but it's been very healing. I almost died last year because some people exploited me and took advantage of me. I literally almost died. And 20 of my chickens died, and 3 of my goats died. And I lost almost everything I owned. And I'm still not recovered, and I'm still not living someplace safe and secure. Look how pretty the map looks. So, when I first got a copy of Minecraft, a little over a year ago, a friend bought it for me. My friend was not prepared to deal, in fact, both of my friends who were playing on this person's server, they were not prepared to really deal with the fact that I have brain injuries and post-traumatic stress. These are long-time gamers who've played a lot of games for a lot of years. They know how to operate the keyboard functions and controls and mouse buttons and all that stuff. They're very familiar with how gaming works, and I am not. I have a glitchy pig that went up the vine and ended up stuck on the second floor. Haha. I have a cow up here, too. Don't ask me how they got through a one-block space, but there they are. They went up through the trapdoor. So they weren't prepared to deal with the fact that I have I grew a new tree and I've been throwing chicken eggs in it just for fun. They were not prepared to deal with the fact that the game was triggering stress reactions in me, that it was making me nauseous because of the point of view. That's why I turned head bobbing off. It helps reduce the nausea. That's why I don't play on full screen. It not only reduces the nausea because I see the monitor in the background and it keeps me better oriented, but I'm not so fully immersed in the game. This game is a lot like watching a film, and I can get lost in it and get caught up in the story and feel like I'm really there. If I see the rest of the monitor in the background, it reminds me subconsciously that this is just a game, and it helps me control my physiological and neurochemical reactions to the game so it won't make me so sick. The bottom line from a year and a half ago, or whenever it was that I first started playing on a multiplayer server with these two older people who had been gaming since the 70s and so on, computer geeks, um, was that it was an extremely high pressure situation for me. I was being mocked and ridiculed. Uh, I was not being believed that the game was making me ill, physically ill, dizzy, nauseous, causing panic attacks. Um, I mean, my respiration, my heart rate, my blood pressure, that sort of thing. Vomiting, it was causing vomiting. The terror this game triggered was really hard for me. They did not believe me. They thought I was lying. And when I quit playing the game was when, finally, under all the pressure of trying to succeed at the game, feeling like a failure and not feeling believed by my so-called friends, I became suicidal. I suicided my character. I burned her in lava in my only trip to the Nether and refused to respawn. And then even on single player, I took a boat out to the ocean. I got out of the boat, I sank to the bottom and drowned and refused to respawn. And I thought I had taken it all off of my computer. I don't remember how I got back into Minecraft, except that you need to know that I don't like to be a failure and I don't like to feel that I can't do something or that I'm too afraid to do something. This was obviously a highly emotionally charged situation for me. It's also the visual stuff, not being able to see the game, not having the fine muscular control to control the mouse and the WASD buttons and so on quickly enough. Um, I realized that what I needed to do was practice. I needed not to play with other people. I needed to play on either creative or peaceful. I chose peaceful. Excuse me, because I wanted to practice the discipline of playing a survival level game, Glitchy Pig, and do things like remember to take my food, even though I don't need it in my inventory, and wear armor and do all the stuff you're supposed to do to protect yourself so that when I play with mobs on, I will be prepared. Um, Slowly but surely, I've been introducing myself back into playing on easy with mobs. I did it on a multiplayer server not too long ago. I didn't feel particularly welcome on that server and I did leave. But I'm very proud of the fact that I killed a couple of Endermen. What else? All the regular mobs, spiders and skeletons and zombies. I went to the Nether by myself. By myself. I can't see the Nether. It's too monochrome, meaning all one color, kind of dark red, blackish gray. I can't see the Nether very well. I went down there by myself. I walked along a fortress. I killed a couple of wither skeletons. I killed a blaze. And I killed a ghast. All by myself. I don't think the people on the server that I was playing with appreciated what a big deal that was for me to even go to the Nether, let alone kill things and do it by myself. Um, and it was my first successful trip to the Nether, and I was very disappointed that they weren't happy for me, and in fact thought it was no big deal, and thought I was making a big deal out of nothing. Um, it was a big deal. So I created this channel because I have a couple of friends who, on Facebook and so on, in my real life, who had just acquired this game, didn't know how to play it, and I thought, well, I'll see if I can do some Let's Play stuff for really newbie noobs. People who don't even know how to operate the mouse buttons and stuff. I wish somebody taught me this stuff when I first started out. Would have helped. But also my main focus in doing all this is to create a network of support for people with disabilities, for people who've been marginalized from the gaming community, who've had to listen to the slurs and the insults and that sort of thing, and haven't really felt safe and supported in their ability to play the game. It can be very discouraging to be around people who are afraid of folks who are different, and it makes it very hard to get a chance to really play and feel respected. What I would like for this channel is I would like people who are just starting out their YouTube channels, if you have a really good video you'd like to share with my subscribers, please let me know. Send it to me by private message. Don't overload me with a bunch of Let's Plays and stuff. I don't want to hear your friends talking about clothes and boys and all that kind of thing. But if you have a good little succinct video of, say, 5 minutes duration that you would like me to introduce my subscribers to you, please send it along. Also, um, discuss tips and tricks, mods that work for them, texture packs that work for them, that makes a game easier to see or easier to hear, or for the hearing impaired to know what the sounds are without having to hear them. The point and the purpose of this channel is to form a network of support. I'm not the only person with disabilities and challenges who has had difficulty with this game and who wants to be successful at it. And I'm hoping that this channel will be a form of outreach so that we can find each other, perhaps play on a server together. Oh, that was another thing. I've had a couple of people ask me if I would join their server and so on. Please forgive me. I have a very bad memory, and this is a brand new channel, and getting organized has been very difficult. It's been challenging as the dickens learning to operate Bandicam, doing the additional audio and editing it in. I only have Windows Movie Maker Live to edit with. So getting this channel organized and putting out videos on a regular basis and playing the game in some sort of coherent fashion has been very challenging for me. And I've been devoting a lot of time and energy to studying Minecraft, studying gameplay, studying accessibility for people with disabilities. So people have invited me to servers and so on, and I sincerely appreciate it. And I'm not rejecting you. I just forgot to recontact you. You know how it is. You get an email and you go, oh, I need to address that, but then you get busy doing other stuff and you forget. I'm not snubbing you, and I don't think I'm superior to you. I just flat out forgot people had invited me. I'm not sure what to do about joining servers. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I will let you know as soon as possible. If there's anything in particular you would like me to address on this channel, please let me know. Please feel free, as I said, to send little short videos, and maybe I could do little highlights and shout outs. And I just wanted to say thank you for over 200 subscribers in less than a month. And it was a short month. It's only February. So thank you very much. Oh, I also plan to do some other maps. I would like to try to do a parkour map, for instance, as soon as I can figure out how to get it out of creative and into survival so I can jump rather than fly. And I may even do skyblock. It really scares me. I'm very afraid of heights. But I've been watching other people do skyblock, and they're doing such horrible jobs of it that I couldn't possibly do it worse than they are. So those and a couple of other mods, like if I can get Little Maid's mob working, and if anybody wants to help me get it working, that would be great. And of course, Mo Creatures. I really want to play with Mo Creatures. All right, that's it. Bye.